Ah, yes, diarrhea. Why would this take up an entire episode, entire 1 hour to talk about? Your body has collapsed. That's why. A lot of people gonna give you all kinds of reasons of why you're having diarrhea and how to fix it. But the reality is that it's gonna be over in like 2, 3 days. For me, I had diarrhea yesterday and I was making the episode because I don't want to suffer. I don't want to sleep longer. I don't want to feel stressed because everything adds up, and creates fatigue, just general illness fatigue. 3 days in a row is pretty bad, to be honest. And doctors say a bunch of random shit, bro. Holy crap. I dare you to YouTube search diarrhea and find just doctors. It's the only people that people trust. They get the abundance of nonsense for themselves, all them NPCs. But smart people don't get nothing out of this. This is the most shallow type of content there is. Also, there's science involved in this as well. My most hated thing, because it literally means nothing. I don't want to start off a video like this. I want to start off video acknowledging that there is 3 names for diarrhea, and none of which that I know of. I will have to learn how to write with 2 R's. What the fuck you think I am, a pirate? Why does diarrhea have to deserve the most ugliest fucking word to be described with? Like, Jesus Christ. It's like extended diarrhea, in the dictionary as well. It gets a lot worse when you consider this spelling just adding an O for no reason, or it disappeared eventually. It gets 10 times worse when you realize there's a new character the diarrhea creates. What is this? What the fuck is this? How do we do that? What the? Did they got married? Holy shit. Diarrhea just makes me depressed now. O and E got married. Right in front of our eyes. Run in front of our eyes and A's. So basically, I got myself into this death spiral of research to just scrap something together. But the conclusion is very simple and unchangeable. Boost healthy habits and reduce stress. And you have to actually focus on it so your body actually repairs itself and stabilizes. Because after 3 days, after 3 strikes, it is time to worry. It is time to fully focus on, like, how do I reduce acidity? Technically, the worst thing you can do to your body is feed it expired foods, which is probably what happened here. But extra stress makes things a lot worse, makes acidic foods even more potent, and your immune system cannot handle it. I'm talking out of logic, okay? I'm not talking as a fucking doctor. If you want to listen to a doctor, what the fuck are you doing on my channel? First of all doctors are handcuffed and put in my basement. They don't exist in my world. While you have so much content to watch, none of this is actually useful. While most NPCs gravitate towards, there's gotta be an expert. I have to trust him, right? It's funny that how it's medicine. Sure. It's always a doctor.
Type of diarrhea.
But you're not gonna verify that doctor specifically. You're just gonna verify that they have subscribers. So, like, this makes sense. Okay, you can eat shitty foods, contact with sick people, kind of travel. That's pretty stressful. Sure, I can give that, but then he expands to medication, antibiotics, hospitalization. It's like, what? Really? Who is concerned about shit like this? Best medical history? It's fuck off, guys. Yes, best medical history. If you tend to have diarrhea, you tend to have diarrhea. Crazy, right? But this one is like the most ridiculous one because it's like it's not a cause of diarrhea at all. It's not a source. Symptoms of how symptoms dilate, basically. Maybe it can like dip below of like, yeah, you're healthy, but you get diarrhea right after. Maybe you're healthy for like 1 day. It's like if you had diarrhea before, but that you can't see that. You can't see symptom course. Like what the fuck? I'll let you guys hear it, but it's fucking pathetic. That's what NPCs get. They type in diarrhea, they get diarrhea. They genuinely get diarrhea. They get more of it. They don't get any education, nothing, to actually learn how to deal with this shit. So welcome to the only channel on YouTube that can tell you things anymore. And no, I don't need a doctor's degree. I just have to survive diarrhea. I'm a diarrhea survivor. And I will share my experience with added logic on top. Imagine a smart person having an experience. A smart person will have much greater capacity to record the experience and tell you the logical explanation of what's really going on, okay? No, I don't believe in ghosts and aliens, and that should be the qualification for being able to talk about diseases, basically. I do believe that some people are absolute fucking degenerates. They will put your life into a miserable spot, and drama causes diarrhea 100% of the time. That's literally what drama is named after, in my opinion. If you squint, like, these words are very similar. Very similar. One comes with the other. Like, you will have a really tough issue just operating in life. When it comes to drama, you have to give your 100% capacity all the time if you want to win drama. Of course, there are other sources where diarrhea can come from and accumulate, but generally I describe it as a health collapse. Your body is generally irritated all the way. And people kind of call it like gut health, right? So you can have inflammation in your guts. I can see how that could be a problem, and then the inflammation makes it like, oh, we cannot actually absorb nutrients, just pass. Just pass all the shit. As liquids is fine. You could also kind of see it as like a body cleaning itself, a special mode of absorbing nutrients, not the highest priority. Cleaning is the highest priority. Trying to like wash away the current system so we find the one that's stable and clean. Yes, your body is basically doing some kind of fucking re-elections of your body. Every day you have to attempt an election of a functioning system. When you have ate properly, you've done enough exercise, and you successfully avoided stress. If you fail to do all these things, you might wake up the next day and shit. The system not working anymore. But the worst of all is expired foods. It's one of those funny little you're too poor to be rich moments.
Every time this comes up, I want to talk about it because I find this so interesting how so many people don't understand that you can't budget yourself out of poverty. Being poor is more expensive than being wealthy. Not just because of the like by volume money you have to spend, you know, the percentage of your income that you have to spend, but the things.
Basically, owning a washer for him was a great investment, and he was saving $80 a month. Being able to buy in bulk, items bought in bulk, saved him like $4 a month with toilet paper or whatever. I could buy for $5 or like pack of 10, or I could buy a pack of 50 for $20. Wow. That was his point, basically. But same goes with expired foods. Poor people might actually gravitate towards expired foods, not realizing how expensive they really are. Not only these are not foods, they're not tasty, they're acidic. You're literally fucking putting acid into your body that does not give you energy, doesn't give you any nutrition anymore. Because your body's going to be fighting bacteria, all the viruses basically, all the nasty shit that doctors would say have inflammatory consequences. All right? But I say your body now is in an illness mode. It tries to clean itself up because you screwed it up. It collapsed. And diarrhea is just very simple, a very simple way for body to communicate to you that you probably should slow down and reassess what's going on. All right? It is absolutely necessary for max stats to have a diarrhea episode. All right? And again, this is the culprit. This is the shit that I am guilty of. Like, I want to get my discounts. Yeah. But they come with a cost. Tremendous cost. Again, I find the foods not to be tasty, to give me a lot of stress as well. As I try to eat them, I try to force them down my throat. And in the end, I'm scared of now I'm gonna be sick for a whole fucking day. It's like, what was the point of that? I have not saved money. I just made everything worse. And I ruined my day potentially, and I have potentially, ruined my productivity. God knows how valuable that is. By the way, you can watch all these videos. You will not find the word stress mentioned. Probably in none of them. Scariest call. Why would I need to know
Diarrhea,
that?
E. coli, Escherichia coli.
Fucking everything causes diarrhea then. Any illness.
E. coli 015 shigatoxin.
Oh my professional fucking retard. That's what they are.
So
this guy's the most normal. He comes from Australia. And he kind of shows the most normal, understandable thing. This is where the inflammation comes from. And even shows the structure of the intestines, whatever. Even says literally the opposite of what ChatGPT says. ChatGPT will be like, avoid sugary sodas, fruit juices, and energy drinks. What does this guy say? Drinks, energy drinks, and fruit juices.
Electrolytes like salt and potassium. Drinking water alone is not enough to replace these electrolytes. So try to drink fluids that are a mixture of water, salt, and sugar. For mild diarrhea, fruit juices or sports drinks are usually enough to meet your fluid and salt needs.
So which one is it? Isn't it? Isn't that fun? Isn't doctorship just fun? You would think just scientific literature alone, just the language alone, is brain rot. No, there's literally immediate contradictions. How many can you find is the real question for these people who actually are balls deep into it. But then he only talks about this, and it's like, I don't care. None of these matter. None of these do things. And by the way, when he says, anti-diarrheals or whatever, give you minus 25 hours on the diarrhea, they reduce the chance, the length of diarrhea. It's like, are you sure about that? Yeah, it's a fucking placebo. Give a person placebo, say that it's anti-diarrheal, and guess what? You're gonna reduce their diarrhea by 1 day. Wow. Not only that, people want to sell you this bullshit, so they will actually propagate scientific tests that actually would sell more pills. You literally can't trust anyone to give you advice. I'll let this man say it out loud.
Infection.
Also, he's saying not to drink milk. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? Of course, inflammation to the guts are gonna, like, increase the lactose intolerance, but to certain individuals still who pretend to drink too much milk in the first place, or too much dairy products, right? Absolutely drink milk. Milk is like the fifth element. I will talk about the elements right after this.
So temporarily avoiding dairy can also be helpful. What about anti-diarrhea medications? These can be bought over the counter and can be helpful for controlling the frequency of motions for a short period of time. They work quite well, but aren't recommended for continuous use because they can prevent the excretion of the infection and may lead to pooling of fluid in the gut. What about probiotics? Well, these
Oh wow, they have a fucking side effect. So it's not anti-diarrheals that have been discussed.
aren't essential,
It's
but they can
probiotics
help in
then.
reducing the duration of diarrhea. One study showed that taking probiotics
One study?
reduced the duration of diarrhea
Only one? Only
by
one?
an average of 25 hours. So if you'd like to shorten your illness as much as possible, probiotics may be helpful. The two most commonly studied
Maybe.
probiotics are
Yeah, look at that. And
Lactobacillus GG and S. boulardii. So look for
GG, my friends. You will get diarrhea by consuming this shit content. It literally requires one of these. Eventually. If someone is truly in power, we can't just have a bunch of fucking space fillers. We have to give genuine advice to the people. How would the video start if we wanted to give a genuine advice? It would start pretty much like I did. It would say, increase your healthy habits, and I would mention what are those, and reduce stress. Come back the next day to watch the same video, and we dive deeper, alright? But if you don't have problems the next day, now that you put awareness into what is causing the most damage to your body, when you put awareness and just like relax, just, take a day off. Don't work at home. Don't chat with people right now. Take a fucking day off from everything. And the next day you show up, you still have symptoms. All right, let's discuss more about this topic. Treat people like you're a doctor. Why are you not treating them like a doctor? Like, come back the next day, watch the same video. Like, that sounds like the most doctorish thing ever that I just came up with on the spot. I'm not a fucking doctor. Why am I better than every fucking person? Because I'm godlike, bro. And it pisses me off. I live in the future. We're gonna talk about it. But basically, being smart allows you to travel into the future. You might not be able to carry many things from the future into the present, but you can at least travel there and see for what it truly looks like. How, when we finalize society, we start to have smart people. Oh my god, guys. Smart people will be a thing one day. Oh my god, that's crazy. So I had to suffer through like 20 minutes of this, and then I switched to TED Talks, the Diarrhea TED Talks. They were not that much better, but they had women in it, so they try to be entertaining instead of scientific. That helps a little bit. I can't believe, like, if we're not mentioning stress, we're not generalizing the diarrhea enough to help as many people as possible, then what the fuck are you doing on YouTube? What are you doing on social media? If you're not generalizing the problem and not trying to help as many people as possible, like 50% of people who are watching who are having diarrhea probably gonna have some kind of fucking base form of an illness that can be cured just by you fucking spending 5 minutes to think what you did wrong and relax and have a plan to relax for the rest of the day and eat healthy foods immediately and drink as many fluids immediately. One of the principles we have learned is that celebrate when you're thirsty. When you're thirsty is the greatest moment in your life because, congratulations, drinks are cheap. And if drinks are not cheap for you, that's also wrong. All right? find a way to make cheap drinks. Ask ChatGPT, how do you make cheap drinks? Because that's not fucking difficult. This one principle can already make you that much more healthy. Because you remember when you're thirsty, you remember to fucking inject dopamine into your system. And you're like, I can do that? I can inject dopamine? Yes! Yes, exactly, bro! You are in control! Dopamine is not some fucking magical thing. It's just you make yourself feel good about a certain thing. Of like, I'm thirsty, how should I feel about it? You should feel very fucking happy. It's celebration time, bro. This song is meant for hightail, but you can get like 3 seconds of it, I guess. Alright, I'm thirsty enough to celebrate, guys. 1 second. If you want your body to be healthy, you can't do this. You gotta drink enough water. You can't never let your body become dry and have to deal with the illness on its own terms. So here's the 4 things you need to know to have healthier habits immediately. How to like enable the emergency system when you realize diarrhea is happening. Emergency health boost. More awareness towards drinking and eating healthy foods ASAP. Just for the time being until you buy more foods that are healthy and throw away the unhealthy ones that feel sus, you know, that you caught yourself not liking something. Perfect. Again, I'm guilty putting food in the mouth that doesn't even taste good. But I still want to save money, bro. And now we're here, witnessing the marriage of O and E. Crazy, bro. You must make sure to use something like meditation to solve problems around you. There's potentially problems to be solved. And I'll tell you all about it because I almost missed it the first time I was making this video. Yes, that's a problem. I get tired. It's stressful to stand up. It's a problem that I will not solve because it's a solution at the same time. Getting tired faster, and it's actually convenient for me. And it happens to be exercise. So what is the real problem? Well, I wear pants. That is the problem. Wearing pants. Okay, that is also not the problem. How about let's try washing pants. So I don't use the thing because I don't care. I don't care to even learn how to fucking press buttons on this damn machine. It is exercise to wash your clothes by hand as well, and you just do a better job anyways. I was able to wash and dry my pants in like 4 hours. At least that's how it felt like. I don't know, I might have been knocked out for like 5 hours in between. But if you make a mistake and you don't dry your pants, if you don't dry your clothes in general and just toss them in the corner after washing, it's over, dude. Pack your bags and leave because fucking viruses and bacteria, basically mold, has taken over your pants. You no longer own any pants, my friend. That's all it takes. Just wash your pants. Yeah. And then don't dry them. Don't dry clothes and you have moldy pants that stink ass. And guess what stink is gonna do to your body? It's gonna trigger some kind of lucky allergic responses, respiratory, you name it. It will feel just horrible. It is known as mildew. And it fucking happens instantaneously, bro. Like, I washed my pants 3 times. 1 time was the mistake. 2nd time, I tried to fucking fix the mistake. And it still stinks. 3rd time, I'm going like hot water all the ingredients, and I can still smell it. It doesn't stink, but I'm scared of putting on those pans. You don't understand, bro. It does feel like a mild version of mildew. That's almost like pleasant. It's not that bad. So I probably can't wear pants again. But shit like this, you literally can't ignore it. And a simple mistake can just ruin your fucking day. And then start ruining your health if you ignore it. Meditation and problem solving, and then researching about those problems to hopefully get a better idea. 3 days ago, I didn't even know the name of the fucking mold that was on my pants. Because it's not like you can see it. It's not like you would be impulsively researching molds. I didn't even know it was mold to begin with. But what else would grow in a, damp environment? Yeah, basically you wash the pans, you throw them in the corner, and it creates a damp environment immediately for mold to grow inside your pans. And it's like, what? But don't worry about it. You can sense it through smell. So you can attack it through smell and detect it in order to attack and solve the problem eventually by washing it again, and this time correctly. Shit like this, like I'm a lazy person and I allow shit like this to just slide and ruin my health, and it's like eventually I have to stop. Next thing, when you're ill, what do you have to do? No, not lay in bed, you piece of shit. Holy crap. I hope you didn't say that. Exercise. When you're ill, you actually want to exercise so much more. Exercise will help your body to clean faster, is how I see it. All the cramp and painful spots, they have to be stretched out. Then when you're tired, then you can lay in bed. But you have to use every bit of energy you have based on the severity of the illness to exercise anyways. Because you want to get more sleep, right? So get tired faster. Everything makes sense. Exercise just always makes sense. Even when you're in the middle of illness, exercise still makes sense. It's crazy. The final thing to the equation of 4 elements of water, earth, fire, and wind. Ventilation. Before I talk about it, I want to insult one guy in particular. Is that guy from the previous episode? Remember that Johnson guy? The reason why it was starting to get funny is because he keeps talking about sleep. Not realizing that, yes, sleep is pretty good. But you know what is the best healing factor? How about we drink water, we eat food, and we need all these things to survive. But have you tried not breathing for like 5 minutes? Yeah, I don't think you can survive without that. There's something about breathing that is so fucking essential that we need it all the time. So, that is your healing factor. Breathe more. Breathe harder. Ventilate your, apartment. Technically, when he was in India, he was concerned about the air quality, and he's generally concerned. So, he's kind of close. He's kind of close to like the most pivotal elements to human health. Breathing more. In order to be able to breathe more, you do have to take in more fluids. In order to take more fluids, you might want to do exercise, first. Then you're going to be more thirsty. It's nice. And in order to do more exercise, you have to see it as a problem and solve it. In case you don't want to do exercise. You are the problem. I literally used 4 elements to enhance themselves into a chain and end up with breathing anyways. It's like the most basic shit. Like, breathe more? And it's like, there's a narrative going on that if you breathe a certain way, it's like a psychedelic experience. Because it is. It is a psychedelic experience. You know what it is? It's a blackout experience. When you breathe too much, when you oxygenate your brain too much, it will erase your memory for the time being. It will remove your ego. It's literally a psychedelic experience to just breathe. And what I think it's doing is actually resetting your body, rewinding back into the past when you were in fact healthy, and now you get to like reset back and start again. You can rewind time by breathing. You just don't notice because it's about health, rewinding your health. Breathing is one of those things that you have to actually consent to. It's like life. Do you want to live? Then breathe. You don't want to live? Then stop breathing, piece of shit. This is literally what controls life and death. Of course, not breathing is not the best suicide method, but I don't even know what is the best suicide method because I haven't tried any yet. As you can tell, you might be able to tell, I'm not just generated by AI with a prompt that I've done 3 years ago or something. So yeah, simple diarrhea episode turned into a little bit of an exploration, adventure, didn't it? You know, having fully escaped the diarrhea, I see the exit. I finally see the light in the end of the tunnel. It was 3 days. And across these 3 days, I was eating the expired foods and I was dealing with the mildew on my pants. And it was pissing me off. But I wasn't really fighting full force until I had to make this episode. Self-improvement is one of those pull yourself by the bootstraps moments. But unfortunately, it's also realizing that you will never get good advice from anyone. You can only put puzzle pieces together very carefully and get your answer that way. Or in this case, ask ChatGPT a bunch of questions and very carefully. You gotta learn to be curious. Because you have 2 modes of approaching the problem. You have the YouTubes and you have the ChatGPT. You can combine them together even as glue for the puzzle pieces that you find here, because not everything that you find here is useful. Or even true. It's literally like NPC playgrounds. I don't have to use this playground. It's not very useful to me. I'm still yet to find the word stress. If you can find the word stress, I need to know. All right, name the title of the video, and where did you find it? Okay, find the source of whoever said stress first. I want to reward them with a kind comment. This, it is crazy. Stress is literally the #1 problem that you're gonna have. Now, where does the stress come from? It can come from just physical items that you put in your mouth, and that physical items that exist right next to you that can cause you irritations. But even something as overworking is not being mentioned. That can also cause stress. Crazy, I know. Or the health collapse. When your health collapses, the first symptom is going to be diarrhea. The diarrhea I was suffering from was getting pretty intense, by the way. Like, I was sleeping 10 hours, and I get woken up by the need to go to the toilet. The combination of those 2 things is devastating. That's one day I just felt like I was just knocked out, like I didn't have energy. Even though I potentially should have had. It was just weird. I keep track of like my energy levels to some extent. It's a funny number. Yay, home remedies! Thank God there's alternative medicine at least being offered by a fucking doctor with 13, the biggest doctor in the group offering alternative medicines. Like, what the fuck, dude?
And how to
And he only gives himself 50 seconds.
diarrhea, okay? But
You are the diarrhea.
there is a great yogurt.
Wow. Creative. He's a yogurt male.
Plus
Yeah, when you get 13 million subscribers, you go yogurt male mode.
blackberries.
He's just... when you become level 70 doctor, you're just like, here's random item number 1 and random item number 2. And of course, they're like very good for you. Because they're random, of course, guys. They sound pretty random, don't they? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can blend them together and drink them as a drink. You can
This is the dumbest video. 13 million, bro. Holy shit, the reputation.
eat them separately,
The
put them
NPC
together and eat it.
overlord.
but the combination of these,
The combination of these will make me laugh. Oh my god. This is the advice that people get, like, non-ironically. Oh my god. You want to see the comments? Let's see the comments. I swear, it's devastating to know that you will never get good advice. It's gone! We wouldn't like if you disagreed. No, no, no. It worked wonders for me. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's giving 2 random items and treating them as some kind of great combination. You know, you gotta give that combination thing. But it's the most fucking placebo bullshit you can find on the internet. It's crazy. Bro have learned how to fucking trick the internet with his placebo bullshit whenever it's applicable. And diarrhea, in the case of diarrhea, absolutely applicable. The question is like, why don't you actually talk about the damn thing? And here he is. Again, he is talking about it. The specific case, it seems, 4 years later. What? Question mark? Like, I'm scared. Like, my brain cannot fucking comprehend videos like these. By having a problem of diarrhea, I had to go into a search bar, which serves me stress and drama. Isn't life just beautiful? Life literally gives you a death spiral where you're just like, oh, you have diarrhea. It's about time to kill yourself. Oh, wow. You better trust that doctor that says yogurt plus blackberries. Uh-oh. Or you would be in death spiral because you don't like what you see. You don't like all these recommendations. You have so much to choose from. But all of them are doctors. Chill, guys. Chill. I need something like serious, like people talking about diarrhea. Just talk about diarrhea. I typed in diarrhea. That's all I did. Why do I need doctors already? Why are they lining up? I just want to hear someone talk about diarrhea, please. Their experience. Why is it too much to ask? This is why ChatGPT is important, because ChatGPT is not only the doctorship, but it's also a lot of people's stories about diarrhea. Compiled. Very interesting. Let's test this prompt. 5 common facts, boys. Infection. You're not gonna say stress. Dehydration. I love that. You should love that. But dehydration is anytime illness happens. Yeah, your body is burning. You know, it's already burning. And you might as well exercise on top of that. You know, it's about time. It's every time. Every time is an exercise time. Even though I'm too lazy to do it, personally, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not exercising, but you're not. You don't have a big brain like I do. You might have yesterday thought the doctors are completely fine. What's wrong with you? Washing hands prevents it. Good hygiene. Bananas, rice, toast, applesauce. Like, sure. This sounds healthy. This sounds like nothing wrong can go with bananas, rice, and applesauce. Like, nothing wrong can go on. Like, you cannot worsen the situation with this. Sure. But that's not the solution. The solution is just to eat healthy foods. The solution is much more simple than brats. Why do we need brats? Why not simplify into rat? Don't you need rat? Oh, you have diarrhea? How about rat? No, you don't understand. You don't understand. It's rice, applesauce, and toast, bro. You didn't understand when I said a rat. So creative, so beautiful. People just stun me with their creativity. But what's actually going on is a panic attack. And when people scramble to search for this, that's what they get, and they will be happy because they're already unhealthy, and they just trying to like get themselves back on their feet, but they're not getting the full treatment. All right, there's the people who leech reputation. Every doctor lines up of like, I am a bigger doctor, I'm a super doctor, I'm ultra giga doctor, I will here to help you, you know? Every doctor lines up to leech reputation, to bolster themselves in front of you, to save you basically in the most fucking ridiculous fashion, because you're already in trouble, you know? And they know how to project reputation, so they are heard. When you ask for help, when you panic, you scramble for the nearest person, and it happens to always be a doctor for some reason. Isn't that suspicious? Shouldn't you follow the principle of avoid doctors? Shouldn't you be doing that? But oh, I'm unhealthy now. No, avoid being unhealthy then, because you have to avoid these scammers. The greatest scams come from this industry of doctors, medication, and so on. And diagnoses. We literally lived through a tornado of medical scams being performed on humanity. And humanity's oblivious. It's like, tornado is a natural disaster. Not this one, bro. Not this one.
24 hours, the stool volume for 24 hours, or the patient's subjective assessment of their stool's consistency. In days or less, it's
No uniform definition, bro. I'm pretty sure it's that one. It's the third one. Did I got it correct? The C. Option C. I take that one. These ones are like minor options. The definitions are constructed based on the fucking major options that usually tend to happen. There's no uniform. I'm already offended. The first fucking sentence he said, I'm offended already. Now look, it's gonna be fun when we just have to correct these motherfuckers. And then we're on to the next stage. Like, we just have to correct them. That's it. It's gonna be easy, guys. They like to be corrected, right? They would appreciate that. And I appreciate that they make it easy by making such blatant mistakes so quickly. Typically last 1-3 days. Yep. It can lead. Alright? You should never do this. And again, when I show you the desert, again, when you're in illness mode, you want to drink a lot more just by default. You have to be prepared for that shit to hit the floor, for the thirst to increase 2 times. When health collapses, when you're in the illness mode, what usually is the cause? Deficiency. Wow. Deficiency. Who would have thought? You put something unhealthy in your body, or your body's going through unhealthy periods, so you need healthy things. You have deficiency of healthy things in your body. You can't go wrong with drinking more, so your body will ask for that. Viruses. No, illnesses, bro. Illnesses. You can say viruses, but shut the fuck up. You don't know what that is. You know, the funniest thing is that the actual people who lost their job are not artists, but fucking doctors. I hope they lose their job and faster, because ChatGPT is just that much better than all these doctors combined. It didn't say, fun fact, if you combine yogurt and blackberries, bro, diarrhea will just magically disappear. This one doesn't bother me too much because I've encountered it already. Okay, washing hands does seem a little bit awkward, but just a normal thing to do because you don't want to contaminate your food. And unwashed hands can just be stressful in general, uncomfortable. And you shouldn't worry about diarrhea unless it's day 3 diarrhea, unless there's a chain event happening of like, oh shit, it's getting so much worse. Then it's actually good time to take a step back, take time off, because now it's a real issue. Something really wrong is going on. Day 1 and 2 diarrhea is just like small indications of something wrong, and you do think about it a little bit. Of like, yeah, it might be too stressful, yeah. But day 3 is a fucking alarm. Of if this continues, shit is gonna get so much worse. If your body collapses over and over again, every day, it can only get worse. Only when it gets better, it's like, that's it. You defeated the illness. That's usually how it feels like. If there's even a significant, a slight, or like 50% decrease of diarrhea, like, it's over. Congratulations. Because the next 50% is going to be delivered the next day. I don't want to give these guys reputation by showing the videos. But you got to look at diarrhea. So, it's good enough for me. And at the same time, what am I supposed to draw? Like a bunch of turds on the fucking screen? Yeah, I'm so for it. Drawing it right now. Wow. You almost like have to get into the flow of like your body's cleaning itself. So you gotta take that opportunity to jump on board. Clean as many things as possible. Exercise is just the top of the iceberg of anyone can do that. Maybe you can clean more things. Fatal diarrhea, boys. Now that's fun.
Diarrhea is a acute diarrheal illness.
But no, it's not interesting, guys. It's not. You're just gonna see a bunch of names, and that's it. Like you would think you have been clickbaited successfully, and it's like, yes, he knows what he's talking about. No, he just lists a bunch of fucking viruses. Are you kidding me, dude? At this point, scientific research is just like, let's dive into a world of demons. And it's like a normal person wouldn't fucking dive into the world of demons. You know? If they were healthy and mentally stable, they wouldn't fucking do that. And you wouldn't have to save them from the depths of hell. You know? I don't know what these doctors like doing with their free time, but I'm not gonna save people from the depths of hell. It's not gonna happen. So I don't have to fucking name the demons, basically. And talking about fatal diarrhea is like, wow. I'm definitely not doing that. I'm not touching that one. The Australian doctor was like, 7 days is like the average for diarrhea. And it's like, no, it's not. No, it's just not. You're fighting ChatGPT toe to toe. ChatGPT says 2 is the average for diarrhea. Bro comes out 7 is the average. For serious diarrhea, then, not acute. Acute doesn't sound serious. It's just unpleasant. Oh. Severe? Oh, fuck off, dude. It's also confusing because they don't use the word severe, they use acute. And acute doesn't sound like severe, doesn't it? See, the funny thing is, the danger of your health collapsing is not the fact that you are gonna be slightly unhealthy for a period of time. The danger is that you're brainwashed into believing that these guys are here to help you and give you good advice. I'm so sorry to break these news for you, but the reason why you should never be unhealthy is because of these people trying to help you. Is because you will slowly realize how depressing it actually is to be in trouble in the first place, where nobody's on your side and nobody has anything to give you that's valuable, except in lucky moments like this when it's like unbelievable, like, how do I even exist? Because I don't have reputation. Nobody's gonna project reputation into me. There's the Dunning-Kruger effect. Yeah, made out of diarrhea colors. This is where the doctors are. This is where the scammers are. This is where I am. And people travel the same fucking road. They go to doctors first, only then, after they lose hope, after they on the edge of their fucking life, will they be able to find me, find alternative things, sources to listen to. And then we can find even greater things. Beat doctors as well at the same time one day. But for now, I'm here. When it comes to health, I'm way better than doctors. Because it's easy. But I can't have the same level of confidence that they do. I just simply don't have an accumulation of numbers. And I cannot have doctor in my fucking name. Because that's not the point. And I can't upload 200 videos just yapping about scientific fucking names of viruses. Like, fucking crazy, dude. So the amount of material that I can actually provide to people is very low confidence. For now, I'm just trying to spread myself thin across many fields. Alright, I'm smart enough, I can spread myself thin. The next step is to employ people into this process. Right? Then I can accumulate more and more material. Or I can improve material based on themes, right? When something is successful, when people like really interested in this autism thing, and I just dump a bunch of information about autism, try to break it down really, really in depth. People get triggered, great. Let them be triggered, because at least they're gonna have one or two experiences from the video that they will remember. And they will be able to come back to that. Education is a tough process because you have to be patient as a teacher. Put out material, let people fucking be foam about it. Foam. But you know that if they come back, they're gonna be like 10 times more willing to listen. That this is an important lottery to play, because the reward keeps rising exponentially. For the last like 5 minutes, whoa, we don't even have that. I'll think of just like final words, because we still need to think about self-improvement, not just me, okay? I think the last thing is gonna be this. This is what a typical doctor is gonna say. And like, not even typical, like the highest level, the TED Talker woman. TED Talking woman is gonna say gut health. What I will say is lifestyle health matters more. Even if you take damage from untasty foods, maybe eventually it accumulates some information of like, maybe you shouldn't do that. If you don't listen, maybe rightfully so, I got 3 days diarrhea and now it's serious. 3 days to realize that I shouldn't be doing these two mistakes. No bad smells can be allowed. And no bad foods can be allowed into my mouth. These are terrible lifestyle choices. And again, there's so many stress factors all the way around. By themselves, they will not cause bad health. But you combine them, you add them on top on the list, and now you have to suffer, you know? What the fuck is gut health? No. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I'm not friends with my gut. It's just, I see downstairs as a belly. Alright? And science pretends that we just dissect ourselves every fucking day. And we see inside ourselves. Or we want to. We're so desperate. No, we shouldn't look inside ourselves and pretend that everything is scientific, everything can be scanned basically inside your body. No, it's the decisions you make in life that matter the most. This alone makes every doctor a scammer, and it gets worse from here because they also want to talk about their own little thing, their own fun little doctor thing. It's literally a rant of like, if you want to improve yourself, you will say no to doctors once and for all. You will have control over your own health, and you will do your own research, and you will see the signs, see the writing on the wall as your body is trying to create communication directly to you, you know, tell you what's wrong, and then you can actually talk to your body as you are an expert of your own body. The moment you put pills and antibiotics, you are hoping, you're coping, and you don't know what's going on. You just hope that placebo is going to help you now. You disconnect yourself from the body in hopes that everything will go fine. And yeah, maybe it works out. Maybe it works out, but you don't have control anymore. You have lost the most important opportunity of being truly healthy, because again, it's you that have to make all the decisions. It's you that have to withstand travels and dealing with sick people. It's you that have to adapt to the situation at hand the way it's presented. And most importantly, it's you that have to trust your own senses. When you taste food and it tastes like acid, probably not good food. Thanks for watching.